Good morning, YouTube. This is Heavy Metal Coin Stacker, and I'm starting here with a video today to show you a couple of things that I've been recently picking up in my journey on coin collecting. What you're looking at here today is a pile of Buffalo nickels with some of my Dansco albums. In my last video, I had talked about having some focus on what you're working with and what you're collecting. And this goes right along with that video that I had talked about with looking at building up the basis for a certain series or a certain part of your collection. As you can see, I do have a Buffalo nickel album, and what I've been doing, or what I did, I've hit to get this started off. I've hit a few one or two different local coin stores that actually have kind of a jar of Buffalo nickels that sit around, and they sell them for about 75 cents a piece, and you can find all kinds of different things in there, such as no dates, and then some of them are actually really good common dates that have full dates and mint marks and everything. I've even found a couple of full horn buffaloes in there, which is really good. The purpose of this, or the goal for this Buffalo nickel series collection that I'm doing, is to get Buffalo nickels in a circulated condition where I can read the dates. Now, what I got here, these are not from that. Where I got these nickels off of eBay. And eBay's not necessarily my favorite place to buy coins. However, it did serve a purpose, and that purpose is what I had talked about in my last video, where I'm getting a basis for, and I'm focusing on that part of my collection, that Buffalo nickel. And I bought what was deemed to be an quote unsearched roll of Buffalo nickels. And my advice, or what I know and what I knew going into it, is that when you purchase a quote uncirculated roll of nickels, or an unsearched roll of nickels, that what you're getting is not necessarily going to be an unsearched roll. Especially when people have several of them, they're coin dealers or they're selling. These nickels have been gone through, and I knew that going in, so I wasn't too surprised with what I got. I figured I would take a shot, and I actually got some pretty decent coins out of it. Most of them are in just good condition. There's nothing really nice about them. I didn't find any full horn buffaloes in there. Some of them were just 2-digit dates, and some of them were 4-digit dates, and such as this one right here, you can see is in 1936, and they were all common. It was said that there was going to be a mix of mint marks. I think I found 3 or 4 coins with actual mint marks on them. So no harm, no foul. What it did was it allowed me to start to fill up my nickel album that I can actually go back and upgrade. Like I said in my last video, that it is important to have a basis for what you're doing, and that's where this stands. I think I paid anywhere between 40 and 50 cents a nickel for what it was in the roll. I also found a V nickel in there that was worn almost smooth, but you could read the date, which the seller was advertising. Well, there's some V nickels in the ones that we had opened, and so just understand that when you're purchasing that, and despite or know who you're purchasing it from, that most likely what you're going to get is going to be a searched roll of Buffalo nickels. You're not going to find a 1918 over 7 in there. You're probably not going to find a 3-legged Buffalo nickel in there, but I knew that going in, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And I really like them, and they look great in the album, which I'll show you one day. Also, one of the things I was purchasing, I was looking at picking up some silver. After Christmas, I had a little money left, wanted to get some silver, and it is now, let's see, mid-January of 17, and what I purchased here was the Line of England coin. which is a 2-ounce coin from the Royal Mint for 2016. They're doing a series of these, I'm sure you know, in silver bullion. It is a 2-ounce coin. There's going to be 10 coins total. And what we're looking at here is the lion. The griffin, I believe, is the one that's up now. But it's a great coin. I saw them and I knew, this is one that I would like to have. Not in mass, but I'd like to have a set of these as they go because they look absolutely stunning. I mean, this is a great looking coin here. The line over the crest, 999.9 silver, in the Lion of England for 2 ounces. Awesome coin. I got this from Modern Coin Mart. Excellent. Okay. Finally, what I got, and I'm going to open this up right here. This goes along with my pennies that I'm working on. I got this from a seller. I got it on eBay once again, even though that's not necessarily my favorite. My favorite place to buy. I did pick this up from a seller named, he was the Penny Trader, just straight out the Penny Trader. And so I got pennies. And this is what I said when I reviewed my penny album. They're not staying in there so well. But this is the 1960 large and small date pennies to go into my Dansko album. That way I have them in pretty much an uncirculated, coin, and it has both the large and the small date from P and D, as you can see. All right, very cool. Now, my question to you is, why did I go with a coin like this? Well, I found it at a good price, which is what's important right now if I'm going to do any type of bullion. I don't know what type of collector's value or anything this is going to have in the future, and quite honestly, I don't care. I think that it's important to note that sometimes when you're collecting, I think that holding bullion and precious metals is part of the collecting hobby right now, it seems, and it definitely is for me. And what I've been seeing in kind of that vein is that the price of bullion, despite what had happened, or the price of bullion coins, despite what happened with the prices dropping at the end of the year, seemed to be staying high. And what I can say is, locally, I had several. I've got one dealer that really deals with American Silver Eagles, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I really like them, but the premiums never really dropped. Once silver price started to go under $17 an ounce, the price of the Eagle froze, and we got down into the low 16s. And when we did, it was still $20 plus. I think it was $20.75 or $20.50 per ounce of silver, which is why I went with this, because I got a decent deal and it was something that I wanted. So it was one of those things where I was really looking out after the price of the bullion, the price of the silver, and I wanted to have it in my collection because I do think it is a cool coin, and for me it was just a time to buy. Also, what that shows me, or what that tells me, is that things like picking up my Mercury dimes, it's the time to do, because these are numismatic coins and have numismatic value over just the price of silver. My pennies, if I'm going to get any big pennies, it's the time for me to go there now. If I'm going to get anything that is good to go with my Buffalo nickels, I think that's the time now. Also, my United States typeset, even though it's a long-term project for me, which all of this is, I think it's the time to pick those up now.